Hi, welcome everybody. My name is Magister Rogelio Cohello and my co-author Ivan Petrlik. We developed this paper called Report Generation Automation for Test Electronic Service Operator for this conference in Hawaii and for the 7th International Conference of Recent Trend in Computer Science Electronics in University of Hawaii, Honolulu. Here are the other authors. Jorge Mayhuasca, Karin, Rojas. Welcome everybody. Abstract. As you can see, while technology advances every day, the world of business should not be left behind. This is why we adopt a new ways of doing business. This is ICT, Information and Communication Technologies, plays a decisive role in many companies, converting traditional process, for example, closer to your customer through a website, converting e-commerce a digital process. Do the Therefore, this project seeks to improve the internal process in the develop phase. OCE, these links that give validity of electronic receives. With this tool, we can reusable over the time we use, such as data-driven test. It's a testing technique which has two types of data as pillar: real data, functional test results, and expected data, results that each functional test case should have. Making a comparison of both proceedings, we give a report according to the each compared data in this process. In Peru, electronic invoice process in Peru, the electronic invoice process dates back 2012. Everything started with a pilot project with SUNAT. SUNAT is IRS in US. Electronic billing systems have been implemented. These type of systems are here to stay. The improvements are based on already predetermined structure with mapping the taxes and operation of the taxpayers. So this type of business implies having a well-trained IT and accounting personnel that allows online submission of CPS. For this project, we use a technology methodology we use several tools. Among the tools we use Java for the process of mapping the process. We use Visagi for the test. For the building JUnit, we use the test TS test NG, and for the database we use SQL Server. And we also use a methodology called Karin. Karin is a means can visual event cards. This is based on technology and on the methodology developed by Toyota making cars. So we in this methodology, we have three states: what to do, to doing, and done. In these three divisions, we can see, I'm sorry, making a mix of methodology like Karin and Scrum is possible both to consider agile methodology. For this purpose, we use the following strategy as is established: organize requirements, design current and improving process flow, collection of answer obtained in functional test, database creation and data entry, solution programming, testing of the system to be implemented, use of the solution. Then we can see one by one. Okay. Organized requirements requires often describe that the program of system is expected to do. In our case, we will type two different files: functional requirements and non-functional requirements. According to the study of this project, as functional requirements must be taken into account, we show a failed incorrect case. The filters to be considered how long it will take display. In the phase 2, we design the current process flow and improve. In this section, we currently contemplate which are the steps to follow to obtain the report on the functional test, comparing to the process that will be considered to the improvement. In this way, it will be possible to verify the improvement is covering all necessary process. In section 3, we'll see collection of answer obtained in functional tests. At this point, it is necessary to clarify that DTD is a technique that evaluation of functional tests but it's not part of them. First of all, the functional test must be executed and answer must be recorded on a file. Then the file must be considered a database of TDD technique, since the file will be checked in the database. On the validity of functional test case, will be accepted the file according to the data of database. Database creation, data entry. For this step, we consider a setting up of simple database that allow us to store desired data there before under the file, because each file contains only one register response code. And finally, no, yeah, almost to the end, solution of the programming, in this case, we define participant to improve process and declare them closest together to their method to have clear investing in the way it working to the framework we use. How manage it better and knowledge the information cross must be done. system system implement then system test implemented. Once the solution has been programmed, the system execution should be carried out of the errors should not be reviewed in the order to present to make documentation in which possible solutions are described. Finally, we revise aspects must be solved in the system execution. And finally, we use live solution. As last one step, the system will fully define the objectives, which is value to results and more. The results we can see here. The result obtained for a favorable proposed objective, which is to reduce the testing time to obtain an indicative result and allows to give the feedback on the early communication error that Fabian developed on WhatsApp these links. You can see here we use this tool, TNG, which I talked before, and we can see the test error. In this case, we see almost no error. Conclusions. This project showed the data-driven testing techniques. In this case, it flows as defined, the abstract test case. Then the execute become part of the test case. This type of application allows us to communicate easily, early, and often, which allows to be part of the agile project. This way, it should be given frequently questions. Feedback. Evaluation. The trust given to the supervising staff are always kind enough to resolve any doubts, and for many of the process in generation, a program is valid. Experience of a teamwork and effective communication of each team member in the knowledge gained in the project will be the permanent and becomes as an assessment the company which gives generate satisfaction to one of the collaborators. Also, this project helped to the broader view of the software quality. Thank you so much for attending this paper presentation. My name is Rogelio Cohello and co-author Ivan Petrlik. Thank you so much. We both belong to the University of Federico Villarreal of Lima, Peru. Thank you.